Hey there, Wastelanders, and welcome back to War Games News Radio for another installment of Better Know a Faction, a series where I break down the special rules and tactics for factions in Fallout Wasteland Warfare. In this episode, we're taking a look at the final new faction in the Commonwealth expansion for the game, and just so happens to be the faction I'm the most excited about, the Children of Adam. First appearing in Fallout 3, this cult of radiation worshippers have been spreading Adam's glow across the Wasteland for decades, and play a big role in Fallout 4's Far Harbor DLC. In Wasteland Warfare, the Children of Adam can use radioactive weapons and terrain to both buff their own forces while tripping up their opponents. Now, this first batch of Children of Adam units is being billed as a bit of a taster for the faction and a look of things to come, so we're going to have to wait until future waves to get to see more of this very small but mighty force. So let's take a look at the Children of Adam faction special rules and all of the units currently available in this faction and their strengths and weaknesses. First things first, units with the Children of Adam keyword on their card gain 1 action point whenever they take radiation. And because all the COA units currently released have a built-in immunity to radiation damage, they can cozy up to rad barrels and bask in Adam's glow unscathed while getting some free quick actions out of the deal. Speaking of which, if your force contains only Children of Adam units, you get to place 3 barrels using the radioactive terrain rules a red ruler length distance away from any deployment zone during battlefield setup. Before we dive any deeper, let's do a quick refresher on how radioactive terrain works so you can best make use of this faction special rule. Units that start their activation within yellow range of radioactive terrain must roll a black damage die for each piece of radioactive terrain within that range, and then you apply 1 point of radiation for each damage symbol rolled. That means that this barrel terrain placement rule can be used to either create a radiation roadblock for your opponent, or let you create a castle of barrels near your deployment zone to give your COA units a 50-50 chance of gaining at least 1 action point every time they start their activation within yellow range of a radiation barrel. Now, this next tactic isn't a faction rule per se, but there's one perk out there that can really help maximize your hit points when fielding a Children of Adam force. The Ghoulish Perk can allow any unit to count rads as healing, meaning your Children of Adam units can get free hit points and action points from their radioactive terrain drops. And because you can also target friendly models with weapon attacks, a well-timed shot with a gamma gun on your own teammates can give you a radiation-fueled pick-me-up. This perk only costs 5 caps per unit and can double down on the faction's radiation abilities while increasing the survivability of your units. Now that we've got a handle on the faction special rules, let's take a look at the Children of Adam units and all of their special abilities. As of the filming of this video, there are only 3 different units in the Children of Adam faction, all of which have the Rags special rule, which means none of them can use any armor, clothing, power armor, or chem items. That no access to armor or clothing rule drastically reduces your ability to buff the armor of your Children of Adam units, considering none of these 3 have any natural damage resistance aside from radiation. And no chems also means no stim packs and no healing powder, meaning your healing and stat modifying options are limited to food and beverages. First up is the most affordable unit in the faction, the aptly named Child of Adam. This basic unit has less than desirable combat stats, hitting on 3s with melee, pistols, and thrown weapons, and they can't use any rifles or big guns. But they have a good spread of objective skills, hacking, lockpicking, and searching on a perception of 6. They also have a long move and charge range of red, as well as access to use expertise quick actions, making them both speedy and effective objective runners. At just 43 caps before equipment, they're an affordable unit, so you can even add some perks like Locksmith or Hacker to increase their locking or computer skills up to an 8. And to make up for not having any physical or energy damage resistance, Children of Adam units have higher than average hit points, so even the basic Child of Adam has 9 hit points naturally. As mentioned, the Rags rule limits the type of items your COA units can use, so if you're looking to boost your stats, beverages are a handy alternative to chems. Chugging down some rum can give you a boost when it comes to range attacks, while a Dirty Wastelander can increase your chance to hit in melee combat. The Atomic Cocktail is an interesting option as well, as it adds 1 point of radiation, which your Children of Adam units convert to quick action points, along with some energy armor and fire resistance. Many food items also deal radiation while removing damage, so keep that in mind as a way to capitalize on the Children of Adam's radiation rules and give yourself some healing items. As far as equipment goes, the Gamma Gun is the Children of Adam's signature weapon and deals a staggering 3 base radiation damage and can very easily melt the face of most humanoid units in just a couple of hits. But because there are plenty of possible adversaries out there that ignore radiation damage, mainly robots, creatures, and mutants, doubling up on gear with a ranged weapon that also deals physical or energy damage is going to go a very long way towards making sure your Children of Adam units won't be caught ill-equipped. In battle mode, COA units are limited to Wasteland and high-tech items, which gives them a decent spread of options from basic weaponry like pipe pistols all the way to next-generation gear like Institute lasers and plasma pistols. If you want to save some caps and stick with the radiation theme, then you might consider giving one of your Children of Atom units the irradiated bolt-action pipe pistol. This legendary weapon deals 1 base physical damage, just like a standard pipe pistol, but it also deals 1 point of radiation damage, and for just 3 caps, it's both affordable and effective. Just remember when building your lists that you can only include 1 of each legendary weapon in your entire force. Next up, we have the Disciple, which is going to be your best bet when it comes to combat-focused units in this faction so far. They are the only Children of Atom unit currently available that can use rifles, and they hit on 5s with ranged weapons, thrown items, and in melee combat. Like the Child of Atom, Disciples have access to use expertise quick actions and a long move range of red, but they also have a longer charge range of green. They're not quite as well-rounded on the objective front, hacking and lockpicking on an intelligence of 5, but they search on an above-average perception of 7, which isn't bad. They're a bit tougher than the standard Child with 10 hit points, and they also have the encouraging Aura ability, which allows other COA units in their blue presence range to make move and charge quick actions, as well as use expertise quick actions. The Gamma Gun should again be a no-brainer with this unit, but taking some extra firepower in the form of a rifle that deals more traditional energy or physical damage is also going to go a long way. The irradiated pipe rifle makes for another fun legendary weapon choice if you want to stay on the radiation theme of things, but with access to high-tech items, weapons like the flamer, laser rifle, or even the Gauss rifle will significantly increase the damage output of your Disciple units. And because they're also the best melee unit in the faction, you might want to consider giving them some heavy-hitting close combat weapons like a ballistic fist or super sledge, and if you want to channel some Atom's Judgment vibes, then the legendary irradiated sledgehammer makes for an excellent bone breaker that also deals radiation damage. Last up, we have the Preacher, a specialized unit that can help buff the rest of your Children of Atom units. With below average hacking, lockpicking, and searching skills, the Preacher is by far the worst objective runner in the faction currently available, and their combat skills aren't all that impressive either. They have no thrown weapon, big gun, or rifle skills, and hit on a very low strength of 2 with melee weapons. They have a half-decent pistol skill hitting on an agility of 5s, but where they really shine is in their 4-atom Aura ability, which lets all other Children of Atom units within their black presence range add a black, yellow, or green die to any skill test. Now this is a big buff because it can be used to help you secure a hit or a success with an extra green accuracy die, deal extra damage with an extra black damage die, or punch through the enemy's defenses with an extra yellow armor break die. And that long presence range of black means that you can keep your Preachers on the back line and still give this buff to your forward units. They're also the toughest unit currently available in the faction with 11 hit points, and they're also immune to Battle Cry, which is never a bad thing. And while they have a relatively short move and charge range of yellow compared to the rest of the Children of Atom units, they make up for this slower speed with access to move and charge quick actions, which they can use when gaining radiation quick action points. There you have it, Wastelanders, the Children of Atom in all their radioactive splendor. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully it will help you put together your Children of Atom forces. I'm really excited to see what's coming down the line for this faction, and rest assured that we'll have an updated review video for you when more of Atom's Faithful hit the tabletop. If you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button and consider following the link in the description below to our Patreon page. A lot of what we're doing these days is help made possible by the donation of viewers like you, and for as little as $3 a month, you can help support the channel so we can make more videos more often. And of course, you get some kickbacks out of the deal, like double entry into future WGNR giveaways, access to polls which help us drive content here on the channel, and you can even be immortalized as a named character in a future WGNR battle report or video. Thank you again so much for watching, and we've got lots more content coming your way over the next few months, so stay tuned because as always, WGNR will be back.